Each of you will take one. Spend it however you wish. No questions, no limits.
If I gave you my black card, unlimited money, what would you do with it? That's exactly what William Carter, a billionaire CEO in New York City, asked his two janitors one Friday morning. They thought it was a prank. But it wasn't. What those two women did over the next 48 hours would expose who they truly were and leave William speechless. William Carter wasn't just another rich man. He was one of those self-made billionaires who started from a single-room apartment in Brooklyn, coding on a borrowed laptop and surviving on instant noodles. By 45, his company, Carter Dynamics, had become one of the biggest software firms in Manhattan. But despite his success, something inside him was broken. He'd seen too many fake smiles. Too many handshakes from people who only cared about his money. His life was full of assistants, board meetings, and luxury parties, but empty of sincerity. Until one ordinary morning, he witnessed something in his company lobby that changed everything. One of his janitors, Lisa Johnson, had just found a wallet full of cash near the elevators. Instead of pocketing it, she immediately turned it into security. No cameras. No audience. Just quiet honesty. William happened to be watching from the mezzanine. He couldn't stop thinking about it all day. That evening, he sat in his penthouse apartment overlooking Central Park, swirling a glass of whiskey, and whispered to himself, "If people with nothing can stay honest, maybe that's where true wealth is." That thought sparked an idea. Something bold, maybe even a little crazy. A test of honesty. Not for executives or managers, but for two invisible workers who kept his empire spotless while the rest of the city slept. Friday morning, 7:45 a.m. Lisa and her coworker Monica Price were halfway through mopping the marble floors in the lobby when a call came through their walkie-talkies. "Mr. Carter wants to see you both." His private office. They froze. Lisa's heart dropped. Monica whispered, "Girl, what did you do?" Lisa replied, "Me? What did you do?" Minutes later, they rode the elevator to the 45th floor, the highest in the Carter Dynamics Tower. The view alone looked like something out of a movie. When the doors opened, William Carter stood waiting by the glass wall, dressed sharply in a navy blue suit, calm as a lake. "Good morning, ladies," he said with a warm smile. "Please sit." The two janitors sat stiffly, clutching their cleaning gloves. William leaned forward, elbows on his desk. "I've been watching your work. You both show up early, stay late, and you do it with pride. That means something to me." Then, out of nowhere, he pulled a sleek black American Express Centurion card from his wallet and placed it on the table. Lisa blinked. "Sir, what's that?" "This," he said with a calm smile, "is my personal black card. It has no spending limit. I'm giving it to both of you for the weekend." Monica's mouth fell open. You're serious?" "Completely," he replied. "Use it however you wish. Buy what you want, go where you want. Just return it Monday morning." The room went silent. Lisa looked terrified to even touch the card. "Mr. Carter, I don't understand. Why us?" William smiled faintly. "Let's just call it a little experiment." Then he slid the card toward them. "Enjoy your weekend." And just like that, two women from the Bronx walked out of a billionaire's office holding a card that could buy anything in New York City. That night, Lisa went straight home to her small apartment in Brooklyn. She hid the card inside her Bible and tried to sleep. Her teenage daughter, Amelia, came running in, waving a paper. "Mom, I got into St. Mary's Academy." Lisa smiled, but her chest tightened. The tuition was nearly $10,000 a year. Money she didn't have. She looked at that black card and whispered, "God, if this is a test, please help me pass it." Meanwhile, across town, Monica was FaceTiming her friend Sabrina, showing her the card. Sabrina's jaw dropped. Wait, William Carter, the tech billionaire, gave you that? Girl, that's your blessing. You better use it before he changes his mind." Monica laughed. "I don't know, Sabrina. What if it's a trick?" Sabrina rolled her eyes. "Girl, billionaires don't care about janitors. If he said, spend it, spend it. You work hard every day, it's your turn to shine." That night, Temptation began whispering. Monica opened her Instagram feed. Influencers showing off their Louis Vuitton bags and Miami vacations. She looked at her faded sneakers and sighed. Just one thing, she muttered. The next morning, she walked into a Gucci store on Fifth Avenue, just to look. The card swiped, approved. Her heart raced. One purchase led to another. Perfume, jewelry, designer heels. Then, fueled by adrenaline, she walked into a BMW dealership in Queens and made a down payment on a white BMW X3. By Sunday night, Monica looked like someone else. New hair, nails, clothes, and confidence. She even posted on Facebook, "When life finally gives you a break, don't apologize for living it." But deep inside, something didn't sit right. Lisa spent her weekend differently. She couldn't sleep Saturday night, and by Sunday morning, she decided to do one thing, something that truly mattered. She went online, logged into the St. Mary's Academy portal, and paid her daughter's tuition in full. That was it. No shopping. No vacations. No self-indulgence. She took a deep breath and whispered, "I think that's enough." She placed the card back in its envelope, sealed it, and thanked God for the opportunity. Monday came fast. The skyscrapers of Manhattan glowed gold in the sunrise as both women arrived at the office. Monica came in first, strutting in her new red heels, designer purse swinging. She looked like she'd been promoted overnight. "Good morning, Mr. Carter," she said brightly. William smiled politely. "Good morning, Monica. How was your weekend?" "Amazing," she said proudly. "I finally got to live like one of those people you see in magazines." "Thank you for trusting me." William raised an eyebrow. "I see." Moments later, Lisa walked in, humble, quiet, wearing her same old shoes. She held an envelope in her hand. "Good morning, sir," she said softly, placing it on his desk. "Here's your card. I used it once, for my daughter's school fees. I hope that's okay." William looked at her kindly. "Thank you, Lisa." He turned to Monica. "Could I see your receipts, please?" "Of course," she said, pulling out a stack. Gucci, Prada, BMW, name it. He nodded slowly, then turned to Lisa. "And you?" She quietly handed him a folded school invoice from St. Mary's Academy. For a long moment he said nothing, just stared at the two very different pieces of paper on his desk. Then he stood up and said, "Thank you both. You can go now. I'll reach out to you later today." When they left, William sat back in his chair, staring out at the New York skyline. Same opportunity. Same card. Two different hearts. He whispered to himself. One chased luxury. The other chose love. He smiled faintly and picked up his phone. Because what he did next, the way he responded to those choices, would completely change their lives forever. "Sometimes," William Carter whispered, staring out the window of his Manhattan office, "you have to lose money to find the truth about people." The city below glowed with life, taxis honking, people rushing, dreams colliding. But for William, today wasn't about profits or deals. It was about something bigger. It was about character. He had given two janitors, Lisa Johnson and Monica Price, his black Amex card for the weekend. Unlimited spending. No strings attached. Now he knew what each woman had done. Lisa had used it only to pay her daughter's school fees. Monica had spent thousands on designer brands and a BMW. William couldn't stop thinking about it. They both worked hard, both were single moms, yet their choices revealed something deeper about human nature. Later that afternoon, William asked his assistant to bring both women back to his office. When they entered, the contrast between them was striking. Monica walked in confidently, her gold earrings glinting under the lights. Lisa, on the other hand, wore her usual faded blue uniform and a tired smile. "Good afternoon, ladies," William began, his tone calm but serious. "I told you last Friday that I wanted you to spend the weekend however you liked. You both did. And now, I'd like to talk about it." Lisa swallowed hard. Monica straightened her back, smiling. William continued, "Monica, I saw the list of your purchases. Quite an impressive weekend." Monica laughed nervously. "Well, sir, you said to enjoy ourselves. I just wanted to experience life for once." "I understand," He nodded. Then he turned to Lisa. And Lisa, I noticed you spent only on your daughter's school fees. That's all. Yes, sir, she said softly. That's all I needed. William leaned back, fingers steepled. Interesting. He paused for a moment, letting the silence stretch, the kind that makes hearts pound. Then he said something that froze them both. Ladies, the truth is, this wasn't just a gift. It was a test. Lisa blinked. Monica frowned. A test? Monica asked. Yes, William said. A test of integrity. You see, I've been trying to understand who, in this company, truly deserves opportunity. Not just in terms of work ethic, but in honesty. He glanced at Lisa. And you, Lisa, you've proven something to me. You used that card wisely, selflessly, and with restraint. Tears filled Lisa's eyes. I just did what felt right, sir. My daughter's been waiting for that chance for years. William nodded slowly. I know. I called the school this morning. I also found out your daughter, Amelia, has been on the honor roll for 2 years straight. Lisa gasped. You called the school? He smiled. Yes. Because I believe good people deserve good chances. He pulled out a folder and slid it across the table. Lisa hesitated, then opened it and nearly dropped it. Inside was a fully paid scholarship for her daughter through Carter Foundation, covering tuition, books, and housing through college. Lisa's lips trembled. Sir, this can't be real. Oh, it's real, he said kindly. And one more thing. Starting next week, you're being promoted to office supervisor. Higher pay, better hours. You've earned it. Lisa covered her face, tears streaming. Thank you, Mr. Carter. You don't know what this means to me. He smiled gently. Actually, Lisa, I think I do. Then he turned to Monica. Her confidence had begun to fade. Monica, he said slowly, you had the same opportunity. But you made different choices. Monica's voice shook. Sir, I didn't mean any harm. I just wanted to feel what it's like not to worry about money for once. I understand, William replied. But you spent over $60,000 in 2 days on things you didn't need. Not once did you think to invest in your child's education, your home, or even savings. You spent it all trying to look rich, not to be better. Monica looked down. The gold watch on her wrist suddenly felt heavy. I wasn't trying to be greedy, she whispered. I believe you, William said softly. But sometimes, our choices speak louder than our excuses. He sighed, then continued, I won't fire you. Everyone makes mistakes. But I hope this weekend taught you something money can't buy. Monica nodded silently, tears welling. It did, sir. I swear it did. Lisa stood beside Monica as they left the office. Both women walked down the hallway in silence, one grateful, the other humbled. Outside, the New York wind blew through the skyscrapers, carrying the faint sounds of the city below, car horns, footsteps, and the rhythm of everyday people chasing dreams. Lisa smiled softly. You okay? Monica sniffled. Yeah. I just wish I'd done better. Guess I let greed get to me. Lisa placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. We all make mistakes. You still have time to turn things around. They reached the elevator. Monica looked at Lisa with tearful eyes. Thank you. And congratulations. You really deserve everything coming to you. Lisa smiled. So do you if you learn from it. A week passed. Monica returned to her cleaning shifts, quieter now. She'd sold most of the things she bought and donated the rest. She even started attending a financial literacy class that William's HR team offered to employees. Lisa, meanwhile, was adjusting to her new role, learning management skills, handling schedules, and mentoring other janitors who looked up to her. Her daughter Amelia got the scholarship letter that week. The moment she read it, she burst into tears and hugged her mom tight. Mom, we're really going to make it, she whispered. Lisa smiled through tears. Yes, baby. We finally are. That Friday evening, William Carter stood by the window of his penthouse again, watching the lights of New York City flicker like stars below him. His longtime friend, David, who was also his business partner, asked, You really gave them your black card for the weekend? You're insane, Will. William chuckled. Maybe. But I learned more from those two women than from any board meeting this year. David frowned. You could have lost a fortune. I can earn money back, William said quietly, but trust, that's priceless. He turned away from the glass, smiling faintly. One of them reminded me what real value looks like. The other reminded me how easily we can lose ourselves chasing status. David nodded thoughtfully. So, what now? William took a sip of coffee. Now, I keep doing what I do best, building people, not just business. That story of William Carter spread quietly through the company. It made people question themselves. What would they have done if given that card? Lisa became a symbol of humility and purpose. Monica became an example of growth, proof that even mistakes can shape you for the better. And William? He continued his quiet experiments, testing honesty, rewarding good hearts, and proving that character still matters in a world obsessed with wealth. Money can reveal who we are, William said in a later interview on Good Morning America, but it can't change what's inside us. You can hand someone $1 million, and they'll either build a future or build their own downfall.